Um,
That's
okay,
hard
all
work
right.
making it happen.
I just have to click a bunch of stuff on the screen, and letting people in and whatnot. So hello and welcome. Thank you for logging on and attending this morning's program. My name is Matt Schumann. I am on the programming team at Cary Library. Before we begin, please let me know if there are any technical issues which I can try to resolve. You can send those to me in the chat. This program is made possible by the generous donors to the Cary Library Foundation. Also, if you have any questions at the end, you can just unmute yourself or type them in the chat, or comments as well. It doesn't have to just be questions. I'd like to now introduce Leslie Gabriele from With Love and Gratitude. They are a team of light workers bringing calm and comfort with their special techniques. She has been running our weekly meditation series this spring and summer. Next week will be the final session until Leslie returns on September 14th. So please welcome Leslie.
Morning. How's everybody this marvelous Monday? I am delighted to be here. I am the founder of With Love and Gratitude, as Matt said, a nonprofit dedicated to education and service. We're located in Bedford, Massachusetts, home base. So today I have something different, all the way around different. So get ready. We're going to start with breath, and I came across a book that, I don't know how else to put it, blew my mind. It blew my mind. So this gentleman, Jim Nestor, found out about a specific form of breathing and decided to research it and write a book about it because he thought it'd be interesting. He didn't know if it worked or not. He didn't know if it had any validity or not. 2 years later, he's using this breath every day in every way. And he's got a ton of research in his book. And it's nose breathing. And I start with breath because breath is our way of connecting literally to our life force. And it's very validated scientifically that deep breathing and conscious breathing calms the mind, lowers the blood pressure, eases stress. The list goes on and on and on. There's a quote, a Sanskrit proverb, for breath is life, and if you breathe well, you live a long life on earth. We take about 2,500 breaths a day, often without a second thought. Breathing slowly and deeply through the nose is associated with relaxation response, and there's been many studies saying that. But listen to this. Many studies have demonstrated that chronic mouth breathing can result in a number of adverse consequences. It's 50% more resistant to the airstream as compared to mouth breathing. So nose breathing imposes approximately 50% more resistance to the airstream as mouth. What that means is you take 20%, about 10 or 20% more oxygen with each breath. Scientists have linked habitual mouth breathing to a host of medical issues, including sleep problems, learning disorders, tooth decay, bad breath, jaw deformities in children. And the book makes stronger cases and has science behind it. There's a bunch of reasons to breathe through your nose. It reduces colds, it improves stamina, it improves cardiovascular and sexual health. It can also affect our memories. They did a study, if you breathe through your nose rather than your mouth, after trying to learn a number of kinds of smells, so it was a test of memory, people remembered much better after breathing through the nose, and that came out of the Journal of Neuroscience. So apparently, there's a lot of proof that nose breathing works. The hairs inside our nose protect us from particles and pathogens in the air. Yogis maintain that mouth breathing is the main cause of catching contagious disease, which is pretty relevant today. Breathing through the mouth also dries the mouth and throat, leading to irritation. The nasal passage is longer and windier than the throat, which allows air to be cooled and heated and moistened and dried to an appropriate level before it reaches the lungs. And on a more esoteric level, prana, which is called or means life force in Sanskrit, is the air absorbed through our nasal cavity, not the lungs. So by breathing through the mouth, we are not getting as much life force. That's about 1/100th of the reasons why you should breathe through your nose. If you want information on the book, I will supply it. I think it's worth taking a look at. They also make a case of why, if you go back to the beginnings of mankind, back to the cavemen kinds of people, they didn't have any dental problems. They didn't have bad teeth. Of course, they didn't live long, but they didn't have bad teeth. And there's an argument it's because they breathe through their nose, not their mouth. So what I want us to do is I want us to sample nose breathing. It's pretty simple. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your nose. Breathe in through your nose, count to 6. You can count. Breathe out from your nose, count to 6. So let's just give that a shot. Breathe in. And out. And as you continue to breathe through your nose, just notice what there is to notice. Is it hard for you to do? Is it easy? For some of you, it's how you breathe anyway. For others of you, this is pretty new. Do you have attitudes about it? Is it making a difference? Do you feel different? And take a few more breaths. In through your nose, out through your nose. No mouth breathing. Let that life force optimize itself by breathing through your nose. Long breath in, long breath out. And as you continue to breathe through your nose, I'm going to introduce you to walking meditation. It's a little different than what we've done in the past, but it is legitimate meditation. Walking meditation is a practice of presence that you can bring alive anytime, anywhere. This training in walking meditation can be valuable for helping you cultivate an awareness of your embodiment and experiencing the moment. It actually allows you to bring your body, heart, and mind together as you move. And I found the most wonderful quote to get us started today from Thich Nhat Hanh, who is a yogi. The miracle is not to walk on water, it's to walk on this earth with awareness. So to begin with, you're going to stand. I find barefoot's better. I'm going to have you walk around. Don't go obviously too far from where the source of sound is. And just follow my instruction. So simply stand. Just stand on the spot you're standing on and be aware of your weight being transferred through the soles of your feet into the earth. And as I mentioned, barefoot's better because you have more contact, but whatever. Now, are you aware of all the subtle movements you have to go through in order to keep yourself balanced and upright? Because it just doesn't happen. We very often obviously take that for granted, our ability to stand upright. What a blessing. But you know, when you think about it, it actually took us a couple of years to be able to stand up. Just be aware of the constant adjustments you're making in order to maintain your balance and to stand. And now you can begin walking slowly. You don't have to go far. Just walking. We're not going to be changing the way we walk. We're simply going to be aware of it. So are you aware of your body? Keep your attention on the soles of your feet, being aware of the alternating patterns of contact and release. Literally, where exactly does your foot make contact? What makes contact first? How does your foot roll forward onto its ball and then lift and travel through the air? Exactly when does it lift up? What touches first? What touches last? Are you breathing? Be aware of all the different sensations in your feet, not just the contact of your soles of your feet, but the contact between your toes. And if you have shoes on, the feeling inside your shoes, the fabric of your socks, the softness of your slippers, let it all be realized. Relax your feet. Breathe. There's so much to notice when you decide you will notice. Breathe and become aware of your ankles. Notice the qualities of sensations in this joint. Your ankles as your foot is on the ground, as your foot travels through the air. Let your ankle joint be relaxed. Make sure you're not holding it in any way. Breathe. You can become aware of your lower legs, your shins, your calves. Are you aware of the contact with your clothing? Have you noticed the temperature of your skin? How about your muscles? Have you realized exactly what your calf muscles are doing as you're walking? Notice, be present. There is so much going on. You might decide to exaggerate for a few steps what the calf muscles are doing, just so you can connect with that, or not. Now let your walking go back to a normal rhythm. Encourage your calf muscles to relax. Relax. And now become aware of your knees, noticing the qualities and sensations in your knee joints. When do they bend? When do they straighten? How do you feel? Breathe. And now expand your awareness into your thighs, being aware of the skin against your clothing, the temperature, the muscles. Notice the muscles in front. Notice the muscles in the back of the thighs. What are they doing right now? And now? And in order to connect even more, maybe take a few paces exaggerated just to see what those muscles are doing. And breathe. go back to a normal rhythm. You can become aware of the feelings you're having, not in terms of emotions here, but just the feeling tone as you walk. Are there things that feel pleasant? Maybe something unpleasant in your body or outside you? Just notice them. We don't cling on to them. We don't judge them. We don't even push them away. We just notice. If they're outside in the world, pleasant or unpleasant, allow them to just drift by. Notice and allow them to drift without following them or averting your gaze from them. And breathe. Become aware of your hips, the muscles around your hip joints, relaxing all those muscles. Really relax. Even when you think you're relaxed, you can relax some more. Just notice how that changes your walk. Notice the rhythm and gait of your walk change as you truly relax your hips. You let go and you breathe. Now you can become aware of your whole pelvis and notice all the movements that are going on. Complex. One hip moves forward, then the other. One hip lifting, the other one sinking. So much going on, and breathe. You know, you could become aware of the complex three-dimensional shape that your pelvis is carving out through space as you walk forward. The lowest part of your spine, your sacrum, is embedded in the pelvis. So as you feel your spine extend upwards, the lumbar spine, the thoracic spine, you notice how it moves along with the pelvis. Your spine is in constant motion. It sways from side to side as you walk and as you breathe. Did you notice the twisting motion around your central axis? Your spine is in constant, sinuous, sensuous motion. Notice your belly. Your clothing might be in contact with your belly. Can you feel it? Notice how your belly is in the center of your body. Too often we think it's down there because there's so much in our heads, but it is. So now, with a breath, seek to what extent you can feel your belly is in the center of your body, the center of your being, and breathe. Notice the motion in your arms. Feel the air coursing over your skin and your hands and your fingers as your arms swing through the air. Become aware of your neck, the muscles that support your skull. Notice the angle of your head, and notice you can relax the muscles on the back of your neck. Your chin will slightly tuck in and your skull becomes a point of balance. Relax. Just for fun, you can change the angle of your head and see how it changes your experience, and breathe. Notice that when you tuck your chin close to your chest, your experience becomes more emotional. You turn inward, often more somber. And if you lift your chin and hold it in the air, you might notice that your experience becomes lighter. You become much more aware of the outside world and perhaps caught up in the outside world. Let go and breathe, just notice. Now bring your head back to balance. Relax your jaw, relax your eyes. Let your eyes softly focus, gently looking ahead with a breath, not staring at anything, not allowing yourself to be caught up in anything that's going past you. By the way, have you noticed your emotional state? Are you bored? Are you content, enchanted, curious, irritated, aggravated, happy? Just notice the feeling. And notice your mind also. Is it clear or dull? Busy or calm? Are you done with this? Are you thinking about things unconnected? Do you wish you were sitting down? Whatever your thoughts are, just notice. No judgment. Just notice. And notice what the noticing does to your mind and to your body and to you, all of you. In a few seconds, I'm going to ask you to stop. I want you to come to a natural halt. Now, don't freeze on the spot. Just allow yourself to gently come to a stop. Do that now. And once again, experience yourself standing. Can you feel your breath? Notice what it's like to no longer be in motion. Notice once more the complex balancing act that's going on to keep you upright. Feel the weight traveling down your soles, through your soles of your feet into the earth, simply standing and experiencing yourself. Take 6 deep breaths. In through your nose and out through your nose. And when you're done with that, we bring the meditation session to a close. So everyone get comfy. The name of the book, should you want more research on it, is called The New Science of a Lost Art by Jim Nestor, Nestor. And he's everywhere. He's on NPR, he's on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Jim Nestor, The New Science of a Lost Art. And I can send the Lexington Library some references should you want them. So before we go, we have a few minutes. I'm just going to open it up. Should anyone want to say or share anything? You'd have to unmute yourself, of course. Unmute all. Let's see if I can do that. Nope. You're on your own, people.
Oh, I can do that. 1 second.
Okay.
I hit unmute all, but it didn't do it. Why not? I'm a host.
It asked each of us if we wanted to unmute ourselves.
Leslie,
Okay.
Leslie, that was a very good meditation this week. I enjoyed
Thank
the
you.
walking
Thank you.
and the different feeling of your legs and your feet and how they was walking around, the transference, and also and the nose breathing. I've done it before with the alternating nose breathing, but
After reading this book, it's they make quite the case. So I'm trying. I find it extremely hard to breathe through my nose when I'm exercising. Extremely.
oh yeah, I haven't tried that one yet. Thank you. That's a very good session today.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi. I just wanted to say I have a chronic cough. And what interested me today about the meditation was I did not cough until I sat down again.
Interesting.
And I was happy coughing.
So that makes, I got all kinds of questions about that. Is it that we relaxed you? Is it that you were walking and putting a lot of awareness on it. I wonder what the trigger was, but great. Come back and let's see if other techniques also relieve you of that cough. That's wonderful. I'm so glad. What a marvelous Monday it is.
Mhm.
Josephine, you have your hand raised?
I do. I found that as long as I was paying attention to you, I wasn't breathing. I was so glad you were saying breathe because I stopped breathing when I was listening.
Okay.
I was concentrating so
And then
that,
I have to put more breathes in there.
yeah, so I was glad you kept
noticed-
saying breathe.
I think it's quite the human habit that when we try to do something, we stop breathing.
Mm.
So welcome to the club, but it's not good for us. It really
No.
isn't good for us. Okay. So my eyes are bad. Sumitra, is that how you say your name?
Yes, that's right. The nose breathing was very calming, and actually I felt very sleepy. It was very funny. I realized how I was feeling very tired, and like I was like feeling very sleepy. Is that, I don't know, is that not?
I have two things to say. I find that unusual for a walking meditation because you're up on your feet. But secondly, one of the things that happens when we truly relax and put our minds in a state of meditation, and although you might not think you were meditating, you were. It's just you were walking. There's all kinds of meditation. A lot of times, if your body needs rest, that's exactly what it will consume itself with.
Okay.
So that could be where the tiredness comes from. When I first started meditating, and this is the honest truth, I fell asleep from the time I came home from work to the next day. And I almost quit meditating because I had no life. Like I'd wake up in the morning starving. I didn't have dinner. I would come home, meditate, and that was it. And then go to work. I had no life. So I was going to quit. And someone convinced me to keep going for another couple of weeks. And my whole system changed because I finally had gotten enough rest. But apparently I was walking around exhausted. And I didn't know. So, the good old days.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anita?
Yes, I am definitely a mouth breather. So now I'm just become so much more aware of my breathing. Plus, I was feeling so down when I started this session, and boy, I feel energized.
Great. I like it. I do encourage everyone to read the research. It is dumbfounding. And if you know anyone on a CPAP machine, supposedly, I make no promises. I can just tell you what I read in research. You won't have any need for that after a while.
Wow.
So, there you go. And it goes on. So it's time for us to close, but I want to thank the Carey Foundation for having us. It's a joy to be here. You've made my Monday. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day today, and I hope to see you back next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay,
Thank you,
bye-bye.
Leslie.
Thank you, folks. Have a good
Bye,
night.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.